take for you regarding two of Hollywood's best ever actors, the first being Al Pacino and the second being Nicolas Cage, because the trajectory of the careers of these two very different actors is much more similar than you'll allow. It more than likely goes without saying that Al Pacino is one of the greatest actors in Hollywood history, having showed up in Scarface, The Godfather films, Serpico, classic after classic after classic, up until around the 1990s when his career sort of started to fade out. The films that he was showing up in became much more inconsistent, much less reliable in terms of their quality, and led to a number of antics, including this in Dick Tracy, this in Jack and Jill, which I actually do find funny and I think might redeem that film entirely, and this in Heat, which is obviously one of the best American crime films ever made, probably the best heist film ever made, but still includes this. Even with these various antics, Al Pacino is still viewed, revered, as one of the greatest actors of Hollywood history, right up there with Robert De Niro. But there's another great actor who does similar things and who is regularly dismissed as a truly terrible actor. I'm of course talking about Nick Cage here, shown above in Vampire's Kiss, one of his most chaotic films, and certainly one of those films which has led to this reputation for him as somebody who is chaotic and unreliable as a performer. But just as Al Pacino proved with the Godfather films, The Panic in Needle Park, Serpico, and a number of other films in the 1970s specifically, Nicolas Cage has also delivered a massive number of really serious, excellent performances throughout his career, prove that his choices to be eccentric as an actor are as intentional as Al Pacino's decisions to do the same in some of his late career films like Scarface, like Jack and Jill. Even Las Vegas in particular is a perfect embodiment of this fact, with Nicolas Cage winning his only Oscar for his performance in this film. But it's also undeniable that he's brilliant in Martin Scorsese's Bringing Out the Dead, and just as brilliant in Michael Sarnowski's Pig. Trajectory of the careers of these two actors is very similar, but only one of them receives a massive amount of praise, and only one of them can do that, or can they? So next time you see either an Al Pacino film or a Nicolas Cage film, just swap the actors in your mind and consider some of the similarities, because there are almost definitely more similarities in their approach to acting, their specific acting technique, than you would think on first sight.